Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Southport. We are now on the 7th of March. We are approaching the end of our 7th season, our second season in the Championship, and we are still well in with a very good shot of actually going up to the Premier League via automatic promotion. Yep. Not even just through playoffs. We have played 3 further matches in between episodes. We won 2. We have lost a match as well against Portsmouth, Birmingham, which was quite disappointing. However, we are still 5th place in the table. The good thing is, Crystal Palace and Newcastle also seem to be losing some games at the moment. We are 6 points behind Palace and Newcastle. We are pretty much guaranteed to get ourselves playoffs at this point. I haven't done the maths. We've got 8 games left to play. I can't see us dropping far enough down that Derby, Cardiff and anyone else, Middlesbrough, I guess even Portsmouth and Sunderland could probably catch us. So yes, we started off with a 2-1 victory against Reading, a team that knocked us out of the FA Cup 4-0 earlier on in the season. We went 2-1 Miskay and Clifton Miller with the goals here. Clifton Miller on the score sheet once again, along with Ivo Kazakov, as we beat Portsmouth 3-0. And then we weren't very good against Birmingham, losing 1-0, thanks to a quasi-modest penalty, after just 10 minutes. Today, we are going to have 2 matches. We're going to start off with Brentford in just a moment. We're also going to have Millwall, which is towards the end of March. And also, hopefully, we're going to get ourselves our golden generation of youth intake coming through. Because it's hopefully going to happen in March. It should happen in March. Let's have a quick look just to confirm. Every year in March. Still says golden generation. This is a terrific group of players coming through and has the potential to be a real golden generation for the club. We're going to get ourselves a golden generation in the Championship for a side that isn't very good. We're going to get 1 player who's good enough for the Premier League. Let's kick things off then with a matchup against 4th place Brentford. This realistically is a must-win game for us. A victory here will move us definitely ahead of Brentford, obviously. If Burnley lose their game, who are Burnley playing? Let's have a look. They're playing Reading, the best team in the league, who we lose 4-0 to. So yeah, if Burnley lose, we beat Brentford, we will put ourselves into 3rd place. Also, Newcastle and Palace. What is happening elsewhere? Newcastle away from home against QPR. Palace are at home against Barnsley, who I think both of those sides down the wrong end. Barnsley down in 23rd place, sure. And who was the other side? I've already forgotten. QPR, there you go, 18th place. That's the other side that Newcastle are playing. Right, let's go and play some Brentford. So one thing that I've completely brushed over, and I'm not really sure why, but it's the fact that Karamoko Kone is out injured for about 2 months. I think it's about a month in total. So yeah, he's not actually able to play, which means Trafford has actually played our last few matches. And he's done all right. I mean, we did lose against Birmingham, but he's done all right. So, starting lineup will be Trafford in goal. Spadera, Mendes, Javier Leao, Rafael Afonso and Clifton Miller as the back 5. Miskay and Valadres in the middle. Rourke Murray will be the attack midfielder with Keith Hall and Ivo Kazakov as our strikers. You'll notice Asquith Hurdle is on the bench. Asquith Hurdle is rubbish. Also, this is our sub-goalkeeper. He's not going to play, by the way, but he's garbage. He spent some time out on loan at Billericay. Didn't even kick a ball there. I didn't actually pay attention to how often we beat Brentford. I'm assuming it's a lot. Brentford seem like one of those teams that we seem to play quite regularly and we seem to do alright against. We've had our first chance on goal after just 5 minutes. Newcastle have gone to the top of the league. I'm not sure why. Either Palace are losing or Newcastle are winning. Fofana to Angelov, crosses it in. Delap is at the back post. And Liam Delap has scored his 17th goal of the season, making it 1-0 to Brentford. This isn't what I wanted to happen. This is definitely not what I want to happen. 16.5 minutes on the clock. And once again, Brentford have the ball. Dominic Calvert-Lewin crosses the ball in. Liam Delap doesn't get there. Murray dinks it forward to Keith Hall. He's only got Kazakov with him. Keith Hall just goes all by himself. He's got no support now. Forces a good save out of Gunnarsson. It's going to be a corner. Miskay will be the one to take the corner. It is the Hungarian on the right. Crosses it towards Mendes at the back post. Can't manage to get it. And now Fofana can break free for Brentford towards the right-hand side. Keith Hall, the striker, getting back there to nick the ball away. Right, we're doing rubbish. We're doing pretty rubbish. Get creative. See if that actually seems to do anything. Valadres with a free kick. A long way out. Keith Hall is there at the back post. I think he was offside. He's been disallowed anyway for pushing a player, but I think he might have been offside. Spadera's throw finds Kazakov. Back to Ezio Spadera. Back post is Keith Hall. Again, headed effort this time goes over the bar. Keith Hall is having all of our chances and so far hasn't really done anything too great, has he? Spadera with another throw. He's picked up an injury apparently. Miske with it. Finds Ezio once again. Spadera, long ball towards the back post, and Clifton Miller was there. Can't manage to get the ball though. Rafael Afonso's going to collect. Miller wants it. Miller gets it. Is he going to run past number 3, or is he going to get tackled? He's been tackled, and Brentford possibly can break and maybe steal a second goal. Liam Delap gets past his player, goes for a blasted effort into the back of the net. We're 2-0 down to Rory Delap's son. Is he actually Rory Delap's son? I think he is, isn't he? Yeah, he is. He's Rory Delap's son. He's really bloody good. Well, depending on how this match goes and the Millwall match, I was expecting to play pretty much every game until the end of the season on camera. Starting to think we're not going to need to, because I don't think we're going to be able to actually mount an automatic promotion challenge. Burns with it for Brentford on the right-hand side is Fofana. Crosses the ball in. Liam Delap goes for his hat-trick, but instead it's over the bar. Jesse Lingard has just scored for Newcastle in the Championship. What is happening in this game? Half-time, and we are 2-0 down. And you're going to get an angry shouting at because we were not very good. And what we're going to do is we are going to revert back to Old Faithful. And now I need to spend half an hour rearranging everything. Or I just do that. That's all I literally needed to do, was move Rourke Murray to the left, Kazakov to the striking position. Let's go for the second half. Have we even got left back? We've got Paul Liao on the bench. No, we'll keep it as that for the moment. I was thinking after losing to Birmingham, we might need to revert back to our normal formation, because for some reason the way this game seems to work, or the way I see it working, is your tactics get found out, and when they get found out, you then have to change. So I'm thinking this tactic might have been found out and we need to go back to the other one. It's going to be a corner. It is a corner. Towards the back post, Spadera gets it clear. Almas, edge of the area, kicks it straight into one of our players. Buchanan has to go all the way back to Fofana. Ball onto the right-hand side is Adam Idar. Number 10 crosses it towards the middle. Luis Veladrez heads it towards Miske. He's gone for a long ball. Kazakov chests it down. He has to score. He's one-on-one with the keeper. He's passed it straight to him. And that is Kazakov's last action of the game. Hurdle will be coming on. Veladrez is coming off as well for Hargreaves. Leal is going to do that. There we go. That makes more sense. And we're going to do Consigliero. And sure, we'll go for that. This is where Asquith Hurdle scores 3 goals and Ezio Spadera gets himself injured. Final 5 minutes. It's a corner. I've given him a demand more, but it's a corner. For Brentford, it's gone over absolutely everybody. Burns has it edge of the area, kicks it straight into Rourke Murray. We can now possibly break. If we can nick a goal here with this counter-attack, it's not happening, is it? Helinho has the ball now for Brentford. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's there. James Trafford makes a wonderful save. It's going to be 2-0 then against Brentford. It's going to be 3-0 if they score from this corner. Helinho's there at the back post. Helinho is there. He makes it 3-0, and we just not very good. We've just been outplayed by Brentford in this match. Full time then, it was a 3-0 defeat against Brentford, and I'm pretty sure that 3-0 is quite harsh on us. We weren't too bad. They were just a lot better than us. Liam Delap scoring twice, obviously getting an 8.8. Helinho also getting an 8.3. Yeah, wasn't our day. I'm obviously not going to say that to the players. I'm just going to shout at them and be angry. So that defeat keeps us in 5th place in the table. We are still 13 points clear of 7th place Derby, but West Brom must have won their game because they have definitely closed the gap on us. They were playing Swansea. They beat them 4-2, so they have closed the gap. We are still 6 points away, from an automatic promotion spot. But I still don't think we're going to get it. Palace must have lost. They did. They lost to Barnsley. How did they lose to Barnsley? Newcastle beat QPR though. Asquith Hurdle has not scored a goal for 14 matches. 14. The last time he scored was against Blackburn in November. It's March. Thing is, I've had so many conversations with him that he just constantly... he's losing determination. I'm not sure what's happening here. His ability's dropping. His ability is 2.5 star. What's going on? So yeah, his determination, if we click it, so he's gone from 11 to a 10. So he's dropping in everything there. Next up then, we're going to go forward to the Millwall game. Hopefully that is a match that we can win. We've also got Luton in the middle away from home. We haven't scored in 2 matches, so it's time to change our formation back to the other one, I think. We are on the day of the Millwall match, and we have our golden generation youth intake. And I will tell you now, it doesn't look great. It really doesn't look great. This is a golden generation. This here. These players, this list of names is a... Hold on. Andy Pearce? Have I got a son who's a goalkeeper? I thought I had a son who was a goalkeeper. No, it's just some guy called Andy Pearce born in Blackpool. Fair enough. Nearly had a panic attack. Then he's 6'6". If he was my son, he's definitely not going to be 6'6". So anyway, this is our golden generation. You can see we've got a 4.5 star player. 3.5 star player, sorry. At best. Let's just bite the bullet, shall we? Eric Mensah. I mean, he's alright. I wouldn't... If I found him the way I normally find players, I wouldn't be jumping up and down going, he's going to be amazing. He might get better. Mentally, he's just average, isn't he? Chad Saunders, however, is a little bit different. Still, apparently 3-star potential, 1.5 star current ability. Some of those mental stats are pretty decent. The leadership of 14, determination of 15. He loves a free kick as well, got great technique. He looks alright, but again, he's not amazing, is he? He's not... You don't look at him and think he's going to be a championship or even a Premier League standard footballer. And as we go down the list, it's kind of more of the same. Sam Turnbull is next up. He's alright, 3-star potential ability on the young Scottish lad. Chris Lambert is garbage, and with a moustache like that, he deserves to be garbage. Oh, hello. Hello, this is something a little bit more interesting. Joe Nixon, 17-year-old English right winger. He's got some greens. He's angry and determined and really fast. So I don't really know what that tells you about him, but I mean, he might have something there. Arguably, he's one of our best players. Steve Heffernan is junk, cool. Now we're talking. Harry Carragher, son of Jamie. Probably not. Can they even be sons of those players? He's not son of Jamie Carragher. He is from Southport. He looks pretty decent. Apparently, 1.5 star current ability, 2.5 star potential. I think he might be our best player at the moment. Zach Hill-Dunt as well doesn't look terrible. Some of his mental stats are really good. Teamwork is good. Work rate of 11 and decision of 11 isn't terrible. Determination of 3, though, is a bit of a problem. Gary Little is a Scottish left winger. Mentally, he's not great. Physically, he's got some decent numbers. Technically, he's actually not awful. But I think his mental stats are going to let him down. I've just gone through the rest of those players. Yeah, there's nobody particularly amazing. Harry Carragher, I think, is probably one of our better options. Same with Joe Nixon. I think those are the two that we want to keep an eye on. Obviously, Eric Mensah being the one with the highest potential, he's probably one we want to keep an eye on as well. But I'm not massively impressed with this intake. Another thing that I'm not massively impressed with was our performance against Luton Town. There was one highlight in the entire match. We drew 0-0. We were rubbish. So, it means we've dropped down to 6th place in the table. There is still a big gap between us and 7th place Derby. How many games have we got left to play? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, what is that? Let's do some maths in my head. 18 points. There is 18 points up for grabs. Derby are currently 11 points behind us. So we need 2 wins realistic, well 3 wins mathematically, in order to make sure that they definitely can't catch us. Assuming Derby win every single game that they're playing. Right then, let's play struggling Millwall. Down in 20th place in the table, they are in a bit of a relegation battle. Bristol City have confirmed relegation after losing to us. I remember that a few episodes ago. They also drew, didn't they? Yeah, we drew 2-2 with them. So yeah, Millwall are our opponents. Should be a winnable game, but then again, we've just drawn 0-0 with Luton. So I don't know what's going to happen. The starting lineup then for the Millwall game, we have reverted back to the 4-1-2-3 formation that we played the majority of this season with. Karamoko Kone is going to be our goalkeeper. He has returned from his injury. He actually played against Luton, but clearly didn't have to do anything. It's going to be Spadera, Mendes, Fonzo and Miller as that back four. Craig Hargreaves, Zlot Miske and Luis Veladres will be our central midfield, with Williamson, Murray and Ivo Kazakov as our strikers. Asquith Hurdle isn't even on the bench today because he's so bad at football, I don't want him at the club anymore. Right, let's actually give them a proper team talk. Passionately, I expect nothing but a win here. And then we'll do this thing, which I see lots of people do. Passionately, I've got faith. Does it do anything? I don't know. You'd think after playing this game for however many years that I've played this game for, I'd understand how to do team talks better rather than just go, hey, win football. Or, hey, you're rubbish at football. 14 minutes on the clock, and we've got our first highlight of the game. Mendes to Miske. Now Veladres, the Honduran, can run through the centre circle. Couple of Millwall players in front of him. Finds Spadera on that left-hand side. He's going to cross back to Luis Veladres. Finds Murray again. Spadera again with it to Valadres, crosses it in. Williamson's at the back post, and the Everton loanee's headed effort is just wide of the post. Corner for Miske to take towards the back. It's Mendes was there. Williamson collects it. Is he going to cross? He's been tackled by Cooper. Has another chance. He finds Kazakov in the middle. I thought that was going to go over Kazakov. His 6th goal of the season. Since, I'm telling you what, I was expecting £1.8 million to be too much money for Kazakov. And it was. It definitely was. However, he is filling the gap of lack of goals from Asquith Hurdle. He's got 6 already in only about 9 games. That goal is a much needed goal. We haven't scored a goal in 3 matches until that point. It's a chance possibly Mill will have it. 25 and a bit minutes on the clock. Thompson with it on the right. He's got some company though. Back to Greenidge. Long ball over the top. Mendes with a header. Miske flicks the head on further but can't find a yellow Southport shirt. Rogenhag, good name, I like it. Kicks it straight into our player. Rogers though has a chance. And Rourke Murray, of all players, have nicked that ball away. He's running straight towards goal. The determined youngster hits it wide of the post, though. It's still 1-0. Rourke Murray is, him and Asquith Hurdle have just been pretty junk this season, haven't they? Still not quite at half-time. Valadres collects the throw. Bit of space for the Honduran, and his effort is blazed wide of the post. Absolutely smashed that one, though, didn't he? Crystal Palace have taken the lead against Derby. That is good news for us as well. Moore's throw to Thompson, back to Moore. So we've got 2 minutes of normal time to play. Wallace to Thompson again with the ball for Millwall. Back to Moore, forward to Wallace. Passing around in this little triangle. Misplaced pass. Kazakov's done that so many times already since joining the club. His 7th goal of the season. Cartwell to celebrate. The number 10 has his 7th of the season. We're 2-0 up against Millwall. This is pretty much 3 points in the bag. Considering Millwall have yet to have a shot, let alone one on target, I'm pretty sure we're going to be winning this one. What else is happening elsewhere? Newcastle losing to Bristol City is not ideal. Is it? Or is it? I don't know. Is that ideal? I'm not quite sure. Let's give him a calmly, I'm very happy. And then we're also going to shout directly at you. I'm going to be assertive. I'm not happy with you. He looks delighted. I'm not happy with him. No changes at half-time, obviously. We will be bringing off Rourke Murray unless he pulls his finger out in the second half, which, judging by the way he's been playing for most of this season, he's either amazing or awful. This match, he's awful. Hargreaves back to Karamoko Kone. Is he going to just lump it upfield? He plays it back directly to Hargreaves. Fair enough. Miske to Valadres. Loads and loads of space for the Honduran. Across on the right-hand side is Williamson. Bad touch, but still keeps hold of it. Back to Williamson from Valadres. In on goal. Rourke Murray was there at the back post and couldn't manage to get there first. The ball is cleared. Rourke Murray has got about 4 minutes left to try and do something in order to save himself for this match, because otherwise he's coming off at about 60 minutes. Hargreaves to Williamson at the back post. The 2 Everton players combining. It's hit the post and it's just gone wide. Right, 60 minutes on the clock. Okay, you've made your decision for me, have you? You've made the decision for me. Rourke Murray was getting substituted anyway. We don't have a left winger. Labilla, you can kind of play on the left. He has come off the bench once, by the way, Daniel Labilla. He's all right. He has been playing. If I have a quick look, he has been playing for the under-23s. Not really setting the world on fire, but he has scored and got an assist. Final 20 minutes. We've got ourselves a throw. It's going to be Miller to take. Kazakov back to Miller. Crosses it in. Labilla's there. Doesn't get it. Kazakov this time can try and find Daniel Labilla. And Daniel Labilla gets his first ever goal for Southport with 3-0 up against Millwall. So, we've lost the match 3-0 this episode. We've drawn a match 0-0. And we're looking like we're going to win a match 3-0 as well. We've got ourselves a corner. Miske's corner. Mendes is there. Afonso is there. Makes it 4-0. We've actually just completely negated our goal difference here. We've got +1 now. This is the type of match that I would love to have Asquith Hurdle on the bench. But I don't, so he's not going to be able to come on, is he? We're going to bring on Consigliero for Zlot Miske. Sure, you can play as a central midfielder. We are also going to do Helio Junior on for the goal scorer, Afonso. I'd love Kazakov to get himself a hat-trick. I'd absolutely love it if Kazakov scores in this final 3 minutes. He's not going to do it, though. Still going to be 3 points in the bag for us. 4-0 at home against Millwall. A very good, very comfortable victory there. I think that might have actually moved us back up to 5th place in the table. Yes, it has moved us back up to 5th place in the table. We are still only 4 points behind Crystal Palace. I'm not quite sure how we're doing that. Palace are dropping points all over the place. They drew with Derby this time. Brentford, I think, might have lost their game as well. Newcastle drew. Brentford lost. I think we had a pretty perfect weekend of football. Burnley winning their game, which wasn't the best, but we have closed the gap. We have definitely closed the gap. Crystal Palace and Brentford have secured playoff spots. So it is close. It is real close. Let's have a look at the table and do some maths. So there is 7 games left. It was 18 points. Is it 7? Is it 7 or is it 5? It's 5, isn't it? It's 5 games left. So there's 15 points up for grabs, which means Derby County can go on to 77 points. We need to just get one more point and we will confirm ourselves in the playoffs, I think, if that's how maths works. It's not, is it? It's not how maths works. That is how maths works. But why haven't Burnley secured themselves a playoff spot? Nobody can catch Burnley. Can they? They can't catch Burnley. Burnley surely are in the playoffs as well. Oh, and Rourke Murray's out for 3 to 4 weeks. Perfect, just what we want to see. Right, that's going to do it for this episode. Next episode, where are we going to go? Very, very nearby by the looks of it. Middlesbrough in 8th. Stoke, Rotherham, Forest and Sunderland. We might do Middlesbrough and Rotherham. I think that's probably what we're going to go for. And then we'll do Forest and Sunderland as well. I might rejig things, actually. We might not play Middlesbrough. We might do Stoke. I'm going to play Middlesbrough in a minute, but then play Stoke. There we go. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2020 with Southport. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you're new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with 2 of the final 5 games left of the season. And we've still got that outside chance of qualifying for the automatic promotion spots. And I'm still not quite sure how we're doing it. I'll see you next time.